that woman weeping still in the next room. Then something else as well. Something scratching. Scrabbling. Some time passed before he realized it was his own arm jumping involuntarily, knuckles rapping on the floor, fingers scratching and thumping as the hand contracted. Then the sounds stopped. No feeling at all left in the arm, no movement. It hung there, apart from him, unconnected, like an abandoned shoe. Driver willed it to move. Nothing happened. Worry about that later. He looked back at the open door. Maybe that's it, Driver thought. Maybe no one else is coming. Maybe it's over. Maybe for now, 3 bodies are enough. Chapter 2. Driver wasn't much of a reader. Wasn't much of a movie person either, you came right down to it. He'd liked Roadhouse, but that was a long time back. He never went to see movies he drove for, but sometimes after hanging out with screenwriters who tended to be the other guys on the set with nothing much to do for most of the day, he'd read the books they were based on. Don't ask him why. This was one of those Irish novels where people have horrible knock-down drag-outs with their fathers, ride around on bicycles a lot, and occasionally blow something up. Its author peered out squinting from the photograph on the inside back cover like some life form newly dredged into sunlight. Driver found the book in a second-hand store out on Pico, wondering whether the old lady proprietor's sweater or the book smelled mustier. Or maybe it was the old lady herself. Old people had that smell about them sometimes. He'd paid his $1.10 and left. Not that he could tell the movie had anything to do with this book. Driver had some killer sequences in the movie once the hero smuggled himself out of North Ireland to the New World. That was the book's title, Sean's New World, bringing a few hundred years' anger and grievance with him. In the book, Sean came to Boston. The movie people changed it to L.A. What the hell? Better streets. And you didn't have to worry so much about weather. Sipping at his carry-out horchata, Driver glanced up at the TV where fast-talking Jim Rockford did his usual verbal prance and dance. He looked back down, read a few more lines till he fetched up on the word desuetude. What the hell kind of a word was that? He closed the book and put it on the nightstand. There it joined others by Richard Stark, George Pelicanos, John Shannon, Gary Phillips, all of them from that same store on Pico, where hour after hour ladies of every age arrived with armloads of romance and mystery novels. They swapped 2 for 1. Desuetude. At the Denny's 2 blocks away, Driver dropped coins in the phone and dialed Manny Gilden's number, watching people come and go in the restaurant. It was a popular spot. Lots of families. Lots of people, if they sat down by you, you'd be inclined to move over a notch or two. In a neighborhood where slogans on T-shirts and greeting cards at the local Walgreens were likely to be in Spanish. Maybe he'd have breakfast after. It was something to do. He and Manny had met on the set of a science fiction movie in which, in one of many post-apocalypse Americas, Driver had command of an El Dorado outfitted to look like a tank. Wasn't a hell of a lot of difference in the first place, to his thinking, between a tank and that El Dorado. They handled about the same. Manny was one of the hottest writers in Hollywood. People said he had millions tucked away. Maybe he did. Who knew? But he still lived in a run-down bungalow out towards Santa Monica, still wore T-shirts and chinos with chewed-up cuffs over which, on formal occasions, such as one of Hollywood's much-beloved meetings, an ancient corduroy sports coat worn virtually cordless might appear. And he was from the streets. No background to amount to anything, no degree. Once, when they were having a quick drink, Driver's agent told him that Hollywood was composed almost entirely of C-plus students from Ivy League universities. Manny, who got pulled in for everything from script doctoring Henry James adaptations to churning out quickie scripts for genre films like Billy's Tank,